Okay, so explaining the process by which treaty obligations translate into domestic law through accession or ratification. So, not only do you have to be able to just describe terms, you also need to be able to explain them. And often, you need to understand the relationships between things as well. So, our analytical verbs describing is less detailed, whereas explaining, we often need to have examples. We need to have enough knowledge to be able to write full sort of paragraph responses to explain things. So that's why here we'll be able to look at examples of how you could explain these different concepts we're going to look at. So, treaty obligations translate into domestic Australian law when they undergo um, one of two processes. It could be ratification or it could be accession. So, ratification, like we've mentioned, is the process of fully adopting the obligations imposed by a treaty into Australian law. And this is the idea of passing that legislation on that federal level that is mirroring and enacting those treaty obligations. On the other hand, accession is where a nation state, such as Australia, enters into a treaty that has already been formed after it has been negotiated and signed by other states. So it has the same legal effect as ratification, but the difference here is just the timeline of when things are happening. So here we've got this idea of negotiation. So other states may have already implemented um, the convention or the treaty, but this country, so in our case Australia, um, may have a delay in doing that, and that would be extension.